Assalamu alaikum. Right, let me tell you something about some concern about pro-Palestinian Jews. Yeah, you might go, what? Pro-Palestinian Jews? We love those guys. How can you say anything about those guys? And to some extent, you'd be right. But here's the flip side of it. Look, let me give you. Let's go into this pro-Palestinian Jewish phenomenon, right? Gilad Olsman, really pro-Palestinian guy, ex-Jew. He made some interesting observation about the recent Labour Party conference, and he said, there was a lot of debate about Palestine in it, yeah. And on the one side there were these kind of hardcore Jewish Zionists, calling everyone anti-Semitic, and on the other side you had these other Jews who were pro-Palestinian Jews, fighting them. And he said it's like a Jewish internal debate. That really got me thinking. I thought, wow, an internal debate about the Palestinian right for freedom between two sets of Jews. Where's the Muslim voice? This is a predominantly Muslim country. Predominantly Muslims are the victims of Jewish Zionists, and the people who are arguing to and for on our behalf are both Jews. How could that be? Where is our voice? Surely we define what the parameters are for our freedom movement, what is acceptable and what is not acceptable, as the predominant victims of the region, not Jews, even though they be pro-Palestinian Jews. Now, you might find out, you scratch your head and go, well, what's the big deal? There is a big deal in this, in two reasons, and I'll delve into them. The first is my own experience as a pro-Palestinian activist, and have been for 20 years, more than 20 years, right? My interaction, mainly, not always, with pro-Palestinian Jews, a number of times has been that they're not sincere in their care for Palestine. I'll give you an example. One pro-Palestine, one Jewish group contacts us and they say, look, we want to work with you. We like you guys. We like MPAC, and we don't think we're anti-Semitic. And before that, we'd gone through this real kind of harsh attack against us from Jewish Zionists calling us anti-Semitic, right? And we were trying to say, no, we're not. Tap dance to prove we're not. Yeah. Excuse me. So what happens is, we were like, well, great, Jewish group wants to work with us. It will kind of prove to people that we're not anti-Semitic, because look, Jews are working with us. Can't be that bad, can we? So in a way, can you see how it works? We want them because it shields us from their attack. Could be used as an interesting strategy, right? But here's I'm talking about by Zionists. So what is this group interested in? Strangely enough, the only thing they were interested in was not Palestine. They didn't give a damn. They never spoke to us about Palestine. The only thing they ever contacted us about was telling us what we could not say and could not write because it offends other Jews. Now you think about that. This is a predominantly pro-Palestinian Jewish group that only contacted us when they were offended about stuff we said about Zionist Jews. One of the things I remember them saying was, you can't use the word Zionazi. Now, we only coined this term Zionazi when we found out that Jewish Zionists were using this term Islamofascist. And it was all over Jewish websites and stuff like that, and Islamophobic Jews were using this. In the end, I think George Bush picked up on it, and he used it as well. So we wanted a counter. We said, well, if they're using this phrase against us, we need our own phrase. And we came out with this term, if they're using Islamofascist, well, all right, then you're a Zionazi. And it kind of rolled off the tongue, really easy and catchy. And we put it out in thousands of emails, tens of thousands of people got our emails, and our website was really popular back then. One of the biggest websites Muslims had, and kind of the term caught on. And that was one of the things they really wanted to stop. And they actually said to us, if you don't stop using this, these terms, well, we're going to say you're anti-Semitic and we're not going to work with you. Now you think about that. That's a gatekeeper, isn't it? That's a person who says, we'll work with you, but we define, Jewish pro-Palestinians will define what you are and are not allowed to say. of course, Impact kind of bit, unlike most Muslim groups, bunch of cowards that they are, we, you know, we're a bit bullshit ourselves, right? So basically, we told them to go screw themselves, or maybe not in those words, right? We didn't want to work with them themselves. We were going to do it our way and chart our path for our people the way we wanted to. And if Jews want to support us, then support us. Don't tell us what we can and can't do. Support us, back us, yeah? So it's a concern when we see that both spectrums, those against us and those for us, are both Jewish. Because you can't think, well, hold on, are you just the gatekeepers there? And this, again, is time and time and time again reflected in my own personal experience. When we contacted pro-Palestinian groups on campus, we were told, and you go, and don't take my word for it, post on these kind of pro-Palestinian groups, student groups, yeah, on their Facebook page, something that they won't like, and they'll delete it. And we were contacted often by Jewish people within, or people who said that it would offend their Jewish members, yeah, saying, oh, we can't have X or we can't have Y. So in other words, it was, again, predominantly about what offended Jews, not about Muslims. They didn't give a damn about what Muslims felt or how we wanted to push this freedom struggle. It was, no, the gate's closed here and you want to go over there, so sorry, get out. You know, and that's why why I've got no respect for you know, the pro-Palestinian groups within the UK. I can't remember some of their names now, but you know, whoever they are, they're so sensitive, and they allow Jewish groups to define the struggle, not Muslims. Now you got to ask on the, now here's the other flip side. Now imagine you're a genuine pro-Palestinian Jew. You really actually do give a damn. And they exist, and yes, I love them, and everyone should love them. But again, think of it from a very human perspective. I'm a Muslim, and you know, British and Pakistani. You know, you will have your own identities, whatever they are. Isn't it human nature to slightly kind of give your own side a bit of a break? You know, yeah, we do some bad things, but come on, don't be too hard on us. It's human nature. You know, white guys gonna, you attack white guys for racism. If you're a white guy, even if you're anti-racist, something inside you that kind of, you're gonna go, all right, yeah, I get it, but come on, give them some slack, yeah. If you're a black guy, right, same thing. You're gonna go, oh look, you know, it's not as bad as what you think. Pakistanis, come on, yeah, we're doing disgraceful job. Well, okay, come on, but times are hard. You're gonna try to defend your identity or what your tribe or your team or whatever. And Allah warns against this in the Quran. He says, even if it's your own brother and they're doing something wrong, yeah, speak against them. Yeah, not in exactly those words, but I'm paraphrasing, of course. Yeah. But you know, it's a hard thing to do. So again, even the pro-Palestinian Jews, you got to say, are you really gonna be as tough on your own side as we need you to be? And if you're not, why are you the spokesperson? Why are you the head? Why are you the gatekeeper? You shouldn't be allowed to be the gatekeeper. Be my brother. Stand with me, but don't stand ahead of me and tell me why I can and can't go. Now, last thing I'd like to say, whose fault is this? Clearly, it's the Muslims' fault. Because the religious Muslims, the ones who would otherwise lead this struggle, are inactive. Practicing Muslims are not activists. In fact, the amount of practicing Muslim bums that I have heard who look down on activism, look down at activists, they actually think they're superior to activists, these bums. And you got to say to yourself, why? Why do you, how did we become a religion of passive monkeys? Yeah, more interested in how big your beard is, or debating if women can wear nail varnish, or you know, how high your trousers are. Basically, they made Allah into some sort of fashion police. Yeah, who was more interested in fashion that men and women were wearing than ethics. Yeah, and again, I say this is colonized Islam. It's an Islam without ethics. It's an Islam that is more interested in rituals and petty rules and petty matters than ever about the great cause of the world, because Islam was an activist religion. it made people active. It came. The Quran specifically says that I only revealed the Quran, I revealed Islam, the message, yeah, not just to the Prophet Jesus, Prophet Musa alayhi salam, Ibrahim, same, to establish justice on this earth, which means you are by nature an activist, if that's your mission, the mission of Islam. But these colonized Muslims, which is 99.9% of them, you know, they're more interested in, oh, let's go to a class on you know, we can wash our backside, you know, the correct Islamic way, or you know, the 15 ways, you know, you can, you know, Islamically brush your teeth or something, you know, whatever idiotic things they come out with. So because Muslims are inactive, the religious Muslims are inactive, we do not have a sizable enough body within the pro-Palestinian movement to have a voice. Yeah, we can't, and those who are involved, those who are active, don't get the backing from the community that they should. Yeah, so there again, we marginalize ourselves, we allow the Palestinians to suffer, right, and we allow those who you know, in many ways have no right to lead the community to end up leading us. It's our job to take that mantle back. I'm sure many people disagree, but I'd like to hear your points. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's hear you out. Assalamu alaikum.